Hey. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mothers and fathers, wherever you are. This is Dlamini Matebula, aka DD. They call me Rural Poet and they call me Sulosak Nanzika. As I told you, I'm all out in Tulamahashi tonight to talk to, I'm not sure whether to say this beautiful woman next to me, but she is beautiful as you can see. She goes by the name TV Dlamini, Mrs. Dlamini TV. So she's gonna tell us how did that came for her to be known television as much as they call you. Ladies and gentlemen, do not follow us or do not forget to follow us on Instagram. It's at matebula.dumisani, and yes, on Facebook, DD aka Rural Poet, doing it every Saturday. So tonight we're out in Tulamahashi getting to know this old woman here. Loko ungena muntini wabantu va kahle ubula ukudamaneni. I can just say good evening, Mrs. Dlamini.
Hi.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. Matebula.
We visited your house today or tonight just to get to know you. Where do you come from? How did you reach this far? While I was coming, I was talking to few individuals. They told me that, wow, this woman, you gotta be sitting down, this woman. So surely there are people who look up to you, and surely there are people who value you for whatever that you have done. Can you just tell us, surely, who is Mrs. Dlamini TV? Take us through your childhood and how did you grow up and how do you finish your matric and where are you now? Can you just take us through that?
No, thank you very much, Mr. DJ. I'm Dlamini Violet Dlamini.
Okay.
Born at Atherstone, at Buisonto. It's Bui Mtunzi girl. But I was unfortunate. I only stayed there for 3 years. My parents divorced. And I had to go to my mother's place at Saselani. We were calling it Kabereta.
Yeah.
And then I stayed with my grandmother because my mother had to go out and work. So I grew there with my grandmother. But fortunately, it was wow, my uncle so loved me and looked after me. He could even take me to Warela to bath me.
Okay.
And then when he bathes me, he would say, Mistress Yamina Lee. That's where it started. So I stayed at my uncle and my grandmother's hands and schooled at Buisonto up to standard 6. I was 14 years then. By then my uncle tried to push me to put me in his permit in Pretoria. I was working for railway, but the family couldn't accept me. So I only did Form 1 at Hofmeyer High School in Attersville, and then I had to come back. So one of my sisters promised me that he will take me back to school to Orovelani.
In Tulamash.
In Tulam.
Where you are based now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So from there, God was so good to me. There were a butcher man who saw me going to buy meat every morning, and they asked, when I want to why I forgot to mention my mother's surname is Trivi. Why do you come every morning to come and buy meat? Are you not going to school? I said, no, I've got a problem at the family. In fact, I'm not the Trivi, I'm the niece. So he said, on Wednesday, come, I'll go with you. There are whites there, they're looking for a person. And imagine how tiny I was.
So you were tiny before?
Yes, so tiny.
I don't want to put that in my mind.
Imagine.
Yeah.
So he took me, I was 17 years by then. He took me to those, they are Hardings. After 3 days, the missus, we were calling them missus, came to me and said, Violet, why do you want to work? But you're still so young. I gave her the problem that my uncle's wife can't accept me.
Oh, that's sad.
He went back, and then Violet, if I tell Bas that will take you back to school, are you ready? I said, yo, I am. Then they adopted me. Then, yes. Then they took me back to school. I said, but I cannot go because I can't stay with them. I'd rather go back to my mom's place. So I came back, and then I was admitted at Orovelan doing Form 2, 1998. 1999 doing Form 3.
Okay.
And they were paying everything. But during school holidays, I had to go there and work for them. They even built my room because they had the one who was the next girl who was staying there. So after, when I passed, I was doing Form 3, they asked me, where am I going? So I just remember my uncle's words that I'm a mistress. I said, I'd love to go to Tububen. They said, you can make the application. And then I made the application. By then, we were getting our results, the JC results from the paper called The World.
Yeah.
So when the results came out, they sent me to town to buy the paper, and only to find that I passed my JC. Then there was a prospectus which was indicating what we should bring when we go to the training. So they bought everything, and the trunk. On those days, they wanted you to have a trunk.
Okay.
So they bought everything, and they took me straight to Dlamini, to Tibumbeni, and then they wanted to see the teacher, one of the teachers, and tell him that you look after our child.
Okay.
Otherwise, anything that is not right, tell us. It's money, and it will pay everything. And then they paid 71. I was doing the PTC.
Okay.
71, 72. And then I came back. They said 73. I can't, yeah, it's 71, 73. I couldn't go to work. They said, there's no money in teaching. You come and stay at home.
Yeah.
So I was staying with them. They had when they were selling eggs because they were farming, and then they had a dry clean in Braamfontein, in Joburg. So could go there, or otherwise I stayed there. Unfortunately, hey, the boyfriend said I can't stay alone.
Which boyfriend are you talking about? The one that you know?
The one that you know, that
Okay,
one,
okay.
Lazarus.
Yeah,
he said, I know
yeah.
it's too much, I can't. And then he said, now he wants to pay Lobola.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes, then I felt pregnant. They said, this is nothing. And then in November, I gave birth to Lorraine.
Okay.
This Lorraine is the name of my missus.
Okay.
So, and they took me to the Calafong hospital. And then after some few weeks, he said, I am taking my child to Tembisa to stay with them. Then we went to, even though they said, Lazarus, oh, should I hear that my child is not right? I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah.
And they took me there to see where we are going to stay. So we stayed there. 74, I decided to come and teach now. So
Okay.
I asked him. I was employed at Tulamash Lower Primary.
Okay.
So I also said he must also come home. So he came home, and that's where it started.
Beautiful.
We stayed there. So I've got 4 surnames.
Okay.
That is Buyi, Tibi, Harding, and Dlamini.
The one that you're using now.
The one that I'm
one
using.
that is
That's-
famous now.
That's why I am Mrs. Dlamini.
Beautiful. As you can hear, she's narrating everything. Beautiful story to relate in Mrs. Dlamini TV. Wherever you are, just stay tuned with us while we're getting to know this woman next to me here as we're landing on a journey. You are a family woman. You are a business woman. Can you just take us through your family? And I've just, while doing my research, I've just heard that your husband passed away. Can you just take us through How many kids do you have? How was your relationship with your husband, and how did you take it when he passed away, and how did you hold it into that?
Oh, it was so difficult for me to lose such a man, an intelligent man, a philosopher, a caring man, a loving man, a humble man. You know, I was happily married for 32 years.
Yo.
And we were blessed with 5 children.
Okay.
As I am talking, they are on a photo.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the photo there.
And
yeah,
then the
I
photo of the photo, I call them the valuable assets. They are the spewers.
Okay.
Our group is called the spewers. I'm glad because when he left, 3 were still to go to the university, but after he has left, he passed on. I managed to take them through. As I'm talking, we are proud of the doctor.
Also, you have a doctor in the family?
Yes.
Beautiful.
She was doing the first year when the father passed
Oh.
on. And the last born is a business analyst.
So you are a businesswoman, she's a business analyst. So she analyzes your businesses. Beautiful.
Yes. And the other 3, they are all at the top. All of them are graduated, as you can see them. And then the firstborn is a principal, like father and mother.
Okay.
And then number 2, it's the police, but she is warrant. For now, she's holding a position of a warrant officer. And the number 3 is working at SASA. So I'm a proud woman.
Beautiful.
Where I am.
I wish to meet your kids or the whole family. Unfortunately, the father has left us in this world. You've heard it from where she started, the challenges that she had, but here she is today. She just indicated that all her 5 children are graduates. Beautiful. Beautiful.
And as a poor of the poorest. When I started at Hofmeer, it was for the first time that I put on a shoe. Oh, they were laughing at me, especially in town. When we went to Buisondo, we used to use we call it TP10.
Okay.
Barefooted.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's how you grew up.
Yes.
But today you are proud to say all your children and your husband was a graduate, and everybody in the house, they've graduated.
Yes.
What about your grandchildren? I've heard something that you also have grandchildren.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 of them has already completed university.
Oh.
One for the firstborn, Mvuyo and Siabonga. Yes.
What's the secret in the house? What's the secret for you to maintain this? Before we go and talk about your businesses, look, you have graduates in the house. You also a graduate, and you are a businesswoman. Before we go to business, what's the secret? What is it that you are doing in the house? Yeah.
When we were studying, isn't it? I studied up to masters, and my husband also studies up to master's degree. So when they go to sleep, we would. I'm a morning sleeper. My husband is an evening sleeper.
Okay.
Meaning that when they go to sleep, I remain.
Okay.
Writing assignments. We were writing 30 pages for when you type. It must be 15. So I would write, as I said that my husband was special, I would write until 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, when I go into the bed, he wakes up. He will take it where I left and continue with the assignment. And when the children wake up at 5 o'clock, they'll find him on the table. So they were copying. And maybe after 2 years, there is a graduation for Mama. There's a graduation for Papa. After 2 years, graduation. And especially Buso will say, Mama, my super. Because when I pick up with Jones, I may challenge us. That's where they grew seeing us not sleeping, studying, and achieving. So that's where all my children started. We didn't push them. And I want to tell you that I'm proud because once Angie, number 4, the doctor, was doing course 4. He said, come and sit next to me and say, Mara mama, wena, una lucky.
Yo.
You see, have you ever heard that some children, when they go to school, they don't even bring results? But look at us. We all bring results. A course 4, I would say you know nothing, but we bring results. So they were bringing results.
Beautiful.
But what I was doing when they are at school, when they start, I would advise them that when you go full time, you don't fail, because we have got a lecturer who's with you all the time. So you must pursue what you don't understand. And then the secret is when they write, they give me their timetables. And then I start fasting on that day and pray with them.
All right.
And during the course of the year, I would ask them, which course is difficult to you? So that we pray more about it. So I remember Angie had one in course 4. So we prayed about it, and then when she wrote, she failed, but she got the rewrite.
Okay.
So I said, we confirmed that when you rewrite, you're going to pass it, and it happened like that. So I used to pray and fast when each and every one of them is writing.
Okay. Beautiful. I think you've heard it from that young girl who used to walk barefooted going to school, and today I'm sitting to a master's holder, as she just mentioned. All her children are successful because of her. I've just heard her, Barry. Loko bona some were waking up. Loko we atlela some waking up. So you don't need to tell much your children what they should do. They should copy from you. It starts today. It is possible, black child. Let us go and check something, Mrs. Dlamini. You are in business, but as much as you've just mentioned that you've done something and you are a master's holder, tell us, how did you start your business? How did it come about for you to say, today I'm starting a business?
Let me not start with the business.
Yeah.
My academic record is the one which formed my background, what I will be doing. Because I started being a teacher, a lecturer, and a principal.
Okay.
Which means I was managing. So what I was managing made me to look into which business can I go. So I went to the background of education.
Okay.
So when I started the business, I started by, of course, when my husband passed on, I could see that now I have one hand. Then I took the early retirement so that I can take the children to school.
Oh, wait, before you continue, you're saying that you didn't wait for you to be 60 so you can retire?
No.
Okay, now you can continue.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, a certain friend of mine made an application for a job. Because I was so miserable, she just said, bring your certificates, and she typed something. And then from the next week, they said, go to Oshan for an interview. When I went there, I found that the interview is over. I found the white man, Steph Leroux. He said, yes, lady, we have already interviewed the others. Do you have a car? I was not interviewed. I said yes, and then she said, can you take these people to Pretoria? I said yes. Then he said, I'll give you money for petrol, and then you come there. So what we went to Pretoria, fortunately, it's where I grew from, the Hardings, the Vierda Park. So I knew the place. So we went to facilitate. We were facilitating the primary health care. So I worked then for 3 years, 6, 7, 8, and then I left. 3 years. I was facilitating.
Okay.
And even there, I just facilitated for 3 months, and then they took me to Pretoria. We were at Bushbuck Ridge. I was a team leader. Then they called me to go and train as an assessor. And then from there, they promoted me to assist the other assessor, to be a chief assessor. So I for these 3 years I was a chief facilitator, and then we went to Skukune. They called me back to the head office, and then from there I was completing my master's degree. So I asked for a leave for a month to come and complete something, but it was not easy because of those people I was working with them. They were very jealous. So I decided not to go back. So, but I had trained everything, and then one of my friends there sent me to train a moderator at Limpopo. And then I came back. When I came back, some friends influenced me to start the business. We go for business for the tenders, the sessions where we go and see. But I felt this is not my line. That's where I started the accreditation. Then the accreditation came, the verification came, and then they asked me, what do I want to do? I had passion for children. You know, I was the best teacher ever. At Tulamash, even now they're still talking about how good I was. So I said I want to train ECD, because the what do they call the teachers? They had the center managers were not trained. So that's where I started when I got my accreditation in 2009. They give you only the chance to train, so that they give you full accreditation. Then 2010 I got the full accreditation, and then I started with 13 learners in my garage. So I couldn't train them, but God was so good. One lady, Ceci Brona, who was teaching at the crèche, came and volunteered, and then we started. And then at the end of the year, before the end of the year, students were 43. Then I got the accommodation, the venue at Amkelani. The following year, 2011, they were 73. Then my sister-in-law Joyce Sibui also joined this. Hey, xikolo xa buti lexi. Why u vana xikolo xa buti u nga ni byeli na ta tirha? I said, auntie, I have no problem. Then there were 2. So they trained, and 2012 we graduated. There were 127 graduates. So that's where it started. But what I've realized, when you start a business, it ruptures after 5 years. It was here and there, but those ones continued to level 5. I was training them again, and then few joined until 2013. The department gave me learners to train. There were 233, and then now I started to come out. And the following year they gave me level 4 and level 5, 200 level 4 and 250 level 5. So I started to grow. Now I could feel that I'm a director.
You have grown.
Yes. So 2015, I started, I built the school. The name of the company is Ujehovah Unat. Unat. So the name of the school is Unati Training and Development Enterprise. So it is there. I built 2 halls for level 4 and level 5. Yes. So it grew. 2017 it was wow. The learners were graduating for level 4, level 5 a higher certificate, and level 5 national diploma. So now I'm the director of a private, effective one, private college. Yes.
Beautiful. I'm having an interest in 2 things here. The first thing that I'm interested in is you've mentioned that a business it start to rupture in 5 years.
Yes.
Kuba kuyendleka yini along the process kahle before that 5 years yiba seyibamirichile kuba kuyendleka, what is it like uba uthame wa rishisiwa na shele
Yes, you are struggling because those people I'm talking about, they were paying for themselves and they don't earn so much.
Okay.
So sometimes they pay, sometimes they don't pay. And you know what? The first group, they were paying 5.2. When you start a business, you start very small.
Yeah.
And when you want to attract people, you must make sure that you are down, your prices are down. So it was 5.2. And then the registration was 800. And then they would pay 350 per month for a year. And there are papers, ink, and all the other things.
Yeah, a lot of administration. Yeah.
Yes, the second group was paying 6.4. The registration was was still 800. And when it came to now that after the department has given me learners, we that's where we managed to put the price high because we knew that the demand is there now. So we said, okay, level 4, it's 11.5. And they are paying because they need the qualification.
Yeah.
Yes, and they also proceed to level 5 because the DSD needs level 5, just like that. That's why even now we don't have work, but they register and pay for themselves. Yes.
I think what one might be wondering, you didn't mention exact, or you did mention a bit, but I just want us to emphasize on this. What are the kind of businesses that you do? As much as you said that you have people that you are teaching and are accredited and everything. In large, what is it that you do exactly in adding on that that you have just mentioned?
And I also tell people, advise other people that you must, if you have got plan A, you must make sure that you have plan B.
Okay.
And that's why this COVID is not affecting me in particular. Because UNATI is down, learners cannot come. But I have got the non-profit, the NPO, which is called Umuhle Somandla.
Okay.
This is an outreach program from the social development, where it's this one is national. The national wanted to emphasize that every child have a right to learn. So you remember we have got refugees. They can't take their children to the crèches, and then they can't. There's no grants, but they have got children. So this reach out, we're reaching out to those learners from the outskirts. Bo Manyeleti, Bo Shoti, Bo Potindel, Bo Tsakan, there are those people. So that's where I go around, and they start from 6. When you have got 6 of them, you start a class. You get a person with grade 12, and then she writes the names of the parents and the contacts. Then she comes, we train her, and then we don't call them teachers. We call them elves. Okay. Yes. So we are trained by a provider, Cortlands from Leidenberg, the national delegated Cortlands to come and train us. So as I'm sitting here, I'm a manager for 17 centers, non-center based. So if UNATI is still dormant, the DSD, they give us money for salaries, so that we survive. Okay. Yes.
So you have 17 business
all
that
over, even at Shimongwe, all over Canning-More, as long as there is a remote place, that's where it's, but I'm working under Bushavela.
Okay. Beautiful at home. Karamina Unjelaku, it's 6:30 as I'm still chilling with Mrs. Dlamini TV. You've heard it on your own. What is it that she do? Let me just tell you, if you want to print t-shirts, you can always go to Akonuk. We have Byte printers. They also do company registration at 490. They also do name change of the company 999, which is 1,000. They also do car branding. It's from 2.5 up until 12,000. T-shirt printing starts from 30 rand up until 140. You've mentioned that you have 17 houses that you own that are under you.
Non-center based.
Based.
Yes. You don't build a crash. You have, maybe it's your garage or a house which people are not using, but there is water and toilet for the children.
How do you, or are you sure, or what is it that you do that you say they are compliant? Because I believe there is compliance everywhere.
Yes.
How do you maintain that? There are 17 around Butlabela.
Yes.
That's too much for you to maintain in one day, or to see that really they are maintaining this. How do you maintain all this?
And we go there just randomly. We don't tell them, because you can find that they are not there. They didn't even go to. But we are a team. Go and monitor. Just go randomly, because they got 3 days for 4 hours. So on Monday, 8 o'clock, I'm somewhere.
Okay.
And then from there, I'll see from that side how many I can touch. And then Tuesday like that, Wednesday like that. And then secondly, the district, DSD, also monitors unceremoniously. And then the province, just like that.
Okay.
And then Cortlands, just like that. They've got the location for all of them. So they just come from Leidenberg and then go somewhere. They don't even tell
and
us.
And when you get like, hey, say, Dlamini.
Yes. So if Cortlands go there, they will call, hey, Cortlands in General Namunta. Because they've got location, they don't. If you tell a person how, it won't work. Yes, that's how we monitor.
From being a village girl, walking to school barefooted, now when she arrives, they all shake. The boss has arrived. It is possible, black woman. We are in the month of August now, as we have just entered. Today is the 1st of August. That means it's Women's Month. Before we go and talk about that, I was just reminding people that they shouldn't forget that. That's why today we're having this conversation with Mrs. Dlamini, just to kickstart their Women's Month as it is. Let's check here. When I was doing my research, they told me, or I find out, that you're also a pastor. I'm not sure that you were born as a pastor, or you got it where you got married to, so then you became a pastor. But as much as I've just mentioned that when you arrive, they think Mrs. Dlamini has arrived, so everybody must be shivering and scared that you have arrived, because you want compliance. And being a pastor, you need to be someone who is so polite, who also who motivates people, who preaches. Actually, you must show love. And bosses, in most cases, they are said to be monsters in most cases, because you want compliance and people, they think you're wrong when you do that. How do you balance the two? How do you balance the two, being a Christianically pastor and also a boss on your business? How do you balance the two?
Okay, let me go back to my qualifications.
Yeah.
Vela, you cannot run a business if you don't have the know-how.
Yeah.
If you are not the expert, you won't know how to run it. When I entered the business industry, I started studying like I did with the other parts.
Okay.
I started training as a facilitator, as an assessor, as a moderator, as a material developer and curriculum design and project management.
Okay.
So I'm well versed about what I am doing. The ECD, the classes runs on Saturdays. We have got 3 centers. I also do what I'm doing with the Umuhle.
Okay.
Just go there randomly.
Okay.
Then go there randomly this Saturday and that other Saturday. And then with the other the umuhle it's during the week.
Okay.
I said it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So which means Thursday, Friday I'm free. I'm preparing my things, attending to the church.
Okay.
And it's true that I'm a pastor, a trained, ordained pastor. Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah.
So I can say, man, I'm a motivational speaker. If you can hear from my teachers, the learners, they are so changed from when they got into this Unati and Umuhle.
Yeah.
And we are friends. We laugh. And I always advise, motivate them how to live life like I do in church. So church is free. Sunday I'm free. I have nothing to do. Yes.
And as you just mentioned that on Thursday you also free. That means you attend those women's gatherings.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And Friday I'm free.
Yes. So
even Saturday I don't because there are 3 centers. I only go to one. The other Saturday I go to another one, and then just like that. So
Beautiful.
it's easy for me to manage.
23 minutes to the hour, 7 o'clock. As people, you've been always complaining that we don't start in time. Today, we are on time. It's hashtag 60 minutes with DD. Do not forget to follow us if you haven't followed the other platform. On Instagram, it's at matebula.dumisani. On Facebook, it's DD, aka Rural Poet. Just keep on following us. Tell others to watch us every Saturday. But tonight, we're out in Tulamahash talking to Mrs. Dlamini TV, a businesswoman, and yes, a pastor, a wife, and also a parent, a grandparent for your information. Remember, as you just mentioned, that she used to work barefooted. She manages 17 houses in Bushbuckridge across Butlabela. Beautiful profile there, if we can check.
And I want to add on that, as I'm sitting now today, I'm the special service provider for the whole of Mpumalanga province, for the 4 districts.
What do you do? You provide what?
I'm mentoring the district.
Okay.
Because there's an ECDI office at Bushbuckridge. So they gave me the tender to train the teachers there. Then I've trained the teachers, they have passed, and then now they want me to let them go through for accreditation. So I'm doing that and then mentor them. So I go to one district from another district, just like that.
3 weeks back, I was in an interview with P.T. Mhlanga. He mentioned that he's a millionaire. Would you confirm that you're also a millionaire?
Yes.
Okay.
Why not?
So I'm sitting next to another millionaire. This is the second millionaire that I've been into a conversation with on 60 Minutes with DD. So do not take it for granted. All your businesses, as much as you said, you have centers here and there. I just want to check maintenance personally. How do you maintain this personally? Because as you just mentioned, you are a pastor, you are a grandparent, you are a mother to other people, and there are people that you have just said that you do mentor even outside your business. How do you maintain? Because in most cases, people, whenever they start to boom or whenever they start to reach the rapture, they start to be celebrities. Grand. So how do you maintain this?
You know what? I love God. You once mentioned that how do I work with the other people?
Yeah.
The people I work, I hug them to tell them I love you. And I told my learners, all my learners, that my children grown up and they are not around. Now you are my children.
Yeah.
And their heart is clean. So I put you in.
Okay.
So I've got this in business, you must show that the fruits. So we have got the 9 fruits of Holy Spirit.
Okay.
The Holy Spirit is a person. He guides you. He helps you. and he comforts you wherever there are challenges. So I used to give them this paper that as we are all here, we all have potentialities. The only thing is we have the capacity. The only thing is to unleash our potentialities. So I don't let any learner come and sit. We pick up what they are doing. And then in business, for those 9 fruits of the Holy Spirit, it's love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, and self-control.
You're done maintaining your business.
Yes. Because if you don't like people, who will come to your business? And if you don't have peace, when they come, already you are angry. You don't have, because you don't love, you don't, peace and happiness. And the last one, self-control, as the basics of a business. And then faithfulness. You remember, Mos, when I started the business, I prayed to God and said, God, if you give me a job, I'll build you a house. And God gave me during 13 and 15, and I've built that wonderful church.
It's a beautiful one.
Yes. I am faithful. And even in my business, I am faithful. If I see that one is failing, he doesn't have money to pay. Some of them from the church, I took them to train them free. And you see, even those people for soccer, they offer that the tournament for this one, APSA and Netbag and like that. So I also do it in my business, so that God will give me more work, more money, because He knows what I'm going to do with the money. So some are exempted from paying.
Nelson Mandela might have been gone, but we still have people like him here next to me, sitting to Mrs. Dlamini TV, as she still continue telling us she is selfless person, as I can say. You will still say? So
even now, I have people, I worked at Utah, and then I saw that the poverty, since I left 2005, from 2010, I went back to them. I got the bells from Maputo. I take it to the school children at Manyangane and the people. And then every year I go and give them the clothes, all you see we have got dinner, the plates and the old cups, mugs. So I take them and to give them. And then I buy maybe 20 bags of meal and 2 kg sugar. And when it is December, we also ask them, here, whom do you think we can give money so that during Christmas you will buy a chicken? So they will say, give that one. Give, and then I give. Yes. That's... Yes.
The love that you have for the people.
Yes.
The love that you have for your business. Beautiful.
And the passion that I have for my job. God gives me more strength that I manage. And you remember my age?
No, I don't know how old are you. I don't know how old are you. I don't know how old, but you look. You look 55, maybe.
God is good, I'm telling you. If you love God, you are on top. I'm 70 as I'm talking here.
So you're 70?
Yes, I'm not joking.
I'm sitting next to a 55.
Oh no.
Yes. So instead of you, Uchongola Inonga, you're still working with your own feet, and you can still drive your car.
To Pretoria. You know, I don't tell my children. I just drive. They'll hear the beep at the gate.
So you hear.
Oh my God, God is so good, really. If you trust Him. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Wherever you are at home, sitting, watching, and in your car, wherever you are, know that we're talking to Mrs. Dlamini TV, all the way from Etula Mahash. If you want your nails, and if you want your makeup, you can always go to Beauty 1360 based at Manapo Complex. Full color for nails, they charge 250. Ombre nails, they charge 350, and refill, they charge 150. Gel overlay, they charge 150, and pedicure, it's also 150. There's a young man or a young lady out there who wants to start something, who wants to start a business. That young man, that young lady, he has something in his mind, or she has something in her mind, but they don't know what to do. They don't know how to start. What can you say to that young man, to that young lady?
To start, I like a person who is business minded.
Yeah.
Here on this paper, I've got the table which indicates the category of mentality. There's a poor and the rich, but I prefer the rich. The poor, it says success in unimportant, blames others, spends money, refuse to study, attention on the past, income driven, think small, fear change, criticize, waste time, causes problems, single flow of income, is work driven.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I don't want a person who wants to wait.
I think I need this to have it in my house. Can I have it
Yes.
after talking to you?
Okay.
Okay.
And the rich mentality.
Yeah.
Success is obligation, responsibility, invests money, reads and studies. You heard most.
Yeah.
I was not sleeping.
And also your
then
children took it from you.
Yes. Attention on the future. Net worth driven. Thinks big. Embraces change. Compliments when the person is doing things.
Okay.
Buys time. They don't waste time in anything. They solve problems.
Okay.
Because the clients gives problem, and then you attend to, and then you become intelligent. Multiple flows in income. Like I say, I've got centers here and there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm training up to Mulumati, there, down Tonga, and all this. And then they are goal driven.
Yeah.
As I started the ECD, then I wanted to do the enrichment program. So just like that.
So you can tell someone who they must always follow this.
Yes, they must follow this mentality because you are liberated. Now, if I want something, I have money already.
Okay.
I'll just decide now I'm going to buy it. But if you're waiting you wait for the month-end payment, and then you must pay this and this, and after 3 days, if you can stand from the person who depends on income, when you say it will say maybe you are at the back, you will see it say sorry. Only after 3 days, if they get paid on Friday, Monday, it's sorry.
Decline.
So
You have
that's why
insufficient
I like
funds.
Yes. So I like this because I get money at any time I like, and I buy and I go where I'm not waiting that I'll get 2 salaries in December, then I can go. I just go visit. I want to go to holidays for the holiday in December or September. I just go to Durban, just go to Swaziland, just go to Cape Town, just like that.
One thing that I know with you, it's you talk and you always want to tell people. What is it that you tell that young person, as much as you've just said that, but I believe you can give that young person or that old person some motivation. What can you say?
Yes.
As I sit like a king.
Business, it's a risk, but you must be strong. You must be committed.
Yeah.
You must be passionate. You must be steadfast for what you are doing. Don't doubt. And you must not copy from any other person's dream. You dream yourself. And what you dream must be in line with how you grew. Let's take you were singing. You will sing and you will get money.
Yeah.
But if you are a nurse, you cannot. You will start something to take people high blood or open your private, and then that's where you will earn money. But don't start a business in vain. You must be responsible for what, because at the end of the day, you must be accountable for that.
Yeah.
Mina, I don't want a person who will have fear. And when you start business, as it's not growing, you close. I will never ever close a business, because you will market. When you are in business, you will market, and people will help. Even myself, I'm available to help, and I like it, because for now, look at my age. If you are still in good age, I can help you. You will sit down and you tell me your background. You tell me, so I will check with you that you can follow this one. So then you start making a company, register and everything, and then I will put you into a business.
Okay, beautiful. We're still talking to Mrs. Dlamini TV, as I told you, out in Tulamash. When I check my time, it's 7 minutes left that we are left with, or 7 minutes to the hour 7 o'clock, as we started exactly 6 o'clock. If you want photo shoot, you can always go to Tulamahash, the studio. For kids they charge 20 rand, and for older people they charge 25 rand. They are based kama Vakamele, Kuala Street. They are just young boys started something on their own. And if you also want posters, like the poster that we did for this advert to advertise today, 60 minutes, you can always go to Tulamahashi, Goldea Media. They do that. They do poster designs, they do custom made magazine, they also do newsletters, and they also do photo editing, book covers, and they do video editing. You can call them at 081 31321 99. I repeat, it's 081 313 2199. They are based in Tulamash. I'm not sure that you still have something that you want to tell the people that want to start, or who have already started something.
Yes. For those who have started business, maybe it's not working. You also have to access the environment where your business is. And then if it's not working here, try the other places.
Okay.
Like they were coming from Gothenburg to here. So I could see that it's drying. So I opened a center at Islington so that they would flow.
Okay.
The other time it was at Akonwu, so that from Castile they would flow to Akonwu. And then the other one is at Matividi. It always accommodates those ones from Madrasi and Mariti, so they flow to. So that's how we mustn't be discouraged. And then the last thing I want to help those who started already is that as you get the income, don't use the whole money. You just use the profit. The other money must make the business to run. Otherwise people will come and find that there is no stock. Maybe they find the machine is not working. No, the business will not go, because we're working with them, Pumalanga copiers. They service the machine only to find that there is the money. So I advise people, when you have this money, you use the little profit that you have, and you have we call it, I call it the Domdag money.
Okay.
In my account, Unati account, I've got the market link, where I say in month end 5,000 will go to market link, which means from the money that I'm drawing, I'm not using the market link, the Domdag money. But when there's a problem, so I go to the Domdag and use it. And don't just chow the money, not knowing what you are doing. You must also prioritize the needs, not the wants. Thank you.
5 minutes to the hour 7 o'clock. I'm still in Tulamash talking to Mrs. Dlamini. Do not forget to follow us if you haven't followed the other platform. It's at like on Facebook, it's at matebula.dumisani, and Facebook it's DD aka Rural Poet. We're doing this every Saturday. Mrs. Dlamini, before we run out of time, we're facing two pandemics in the whole world. We're facing the gender-based violence, and also facing COVID-19, coronavirus, that have just started. I think it was last year, December, and it started to boom around March, which we were given a lot of regulations to follow. What can you say? Let us first check the gender-based violence. What can you say, or what is it that is in your mind when you hear gender-based violence? What can you say to people?
I say this is it's God's wake up call. God is handling the power that He has upon us, and according to Psalm 91, Psalm 62, and the others, it's that we must pray. We must pray, whether you were a prayer warrior or not. But this time, this wake up call tells us that we must pray and ask for forgiveness from God, and He will help us. Why? Because those people were not staying together. Even if my husband is here, he would go and come home maybe at 1 o'clock. He doesn't know us. It's for the first time that God has disciplined us to be together, like it or not. But let's put our hands together and pray and ask God to help us, to assist in this. And then with the you call the sanitization, the other things. Mina, I don't believe in it. I believe in God. Ori laya hambi loko ndi famba enkoveni wa ndzhuti wa rifu andi chavi ku bihana kun'we hikuva una mina. So I trust that. Should I tell you that the sanitizer and everything is just for the workers, and the mask I only put it when I go to the mall and nothing else? But trusting God is number one.
But I checked my time, we only left with 2 minutes to finish. So the 60 minutes that you have been saying, no, it's too much. I can see we still have a lot to talk about, as much as you didn't finish. And yes, but time is not on our side. What are your last words?
My last words is to encourage women that, women, when they have got jobs, they are the one who will push the economic up, because they can save money and they can employ people and pay them. Hey, with the other group,
the other gender,
they promise you, but now it's month end. It's month end. You are not getting paid. When he comes, he come with a big car. He doesn't care about the others. But the women are strong and they are faithful. So I encourage you that take that risk. Take that advantage and pray for your business. God is our provider. He will provide for us as He has provided for me, and He is still providing for me.
Mrs. Dlamini, we thank you for your time and for letting us in your house to come and have a chat with you, getting to know you. We're still hoping to come and talk to you and learn more from the other things that we didn't get today. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a good night. Let me say this: do not forget to follow us on social media, and next week we are gonna be doing this again, same time, same place. Do not forget to follow us on social media, DD aka Rural Poet on Facebook, and yes, on Instagram it's at matebula.dumisani. I love you from the team, #60 minutes with DD. Good night.